We're less than a week away from the first public screenings of Superman. James Gunn's Superman, the first big movie with the rebooted DC universe with James Gunn at the helm. And certainly because it's Superman, because it's DC's, fresh start, because it's James Gunn, there is a ton of attention on this film. And in the middle of their massive marketing campaign with some questionable initial box office projections, the last thing they want is major controversy. Nevertheless, they've had it. They've had a couple of those moments. Some of the marketing's been highly criticized in the media and on social media and all of these things. But now James Gunn decided a week before this movie comes out that he was going to say something that may have not been exactly the best thing to say in the middle of a $200 million marketing campaign. Netizens call for Superman boycott. James Gunn's racist India comments under fire ahead of DC revival. Now, James Gunn was being talked to about, how tough it is to deal with online backlash. And, Superman's dealing with online backlash in this movie. Is that because that's something you deal with? And of course it is. James Gunn wrote his dog into this. He wrote his wars on social media into this movie. But it was his response that had some people a little bit upset. Let's listen to this.
You're active online. We've seen what you've had to deal with.
That's right. A couple little things
here and there. Was any of that infusing in here cathartic for you, or why did you want to incorporate Superman's responses that he has towards online criticism?
Well, obviously, I relate. Obviously, I relate to that. I do tune out most of social media, but every once in a while there'll be somebody who will say something. It's always the weirdest stuff. It's never what you expect. Mm-hmm. Some weird thing that I go, God, that guy, I'm gonna, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, let it go. But
now there's some stuff in here to dig apart. I think I might be getting upset about a 12-year-old in India says. Who the fuck cares what he says about Superman? I find the comment hilarious in general, but it's because of all the backlash surrounding this thing. Look, that could mean a wide variety of things. Do I care what somebody halfway around the world is arguing with me about this one random thing? Oh, bot farms in India, maybe. There's some people that are suggesting there's a Snyder angle to it because he's got a rabid fan base in India. However, because of this comment, James Gunn is now getting called racist by there's a pretty big social media backlash over this. Now, it's ironic because he was answering a question about letting the stuff on social media get to him. And when it comes to James Gunn, look, he's like, sometimes he fucking constantly, especially in the early stage of the development of this movie and this DC role, he was constantly replying back to people and insulting people and doing all this stuff. This dude who's making tens of millions of dollars as the head of DC Studios is constantly arguing with, sometimes probably, 12-year-olds in India about this thing. But this is the internet. And if you say something like that, you're going to get called racist. And that's what we've seen. I want to listen to this fucking comment again, James, because the way he says it, it's like, why should I give a fuck about what some 12-year-old in India thinks about Superman's underwear?
Weird thing that I go, God, that guy, I'm gonna, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, let it go.
But you can see that's a little racist. Excuse me, racist much? SPLC. Oh my gosh. James Gunn is a racist piece of shit. Take him down. Now, I think that this is a really stupid thing to fucking say a week before, especially as you're trying to market this movie everywhere on the road, as you have decided, James Gunn, to take out the idea of the American way from this hero about truth, justice, and the human way instead of the American way. You're the one that was intent on trying to globalize this thing instead of focusing on America. So I think it's a really stupid thing for him to say. Nevertheless, do I think that James Gunn is racist for this offhand fucking comment? I don't think so. I think that's wild. We know that word has lost pretty much all meaning because of ridiculous stuff. However, that has not stopped a lot of different people from saying it. As an Indian, I take full offense to this incredibly racist and tone-deaf comment from James Gunn. How surprising. James Gunn hates Indians, just like real DC fans. He's racist now. He's racist now. And it kind of goes on and on and on and on and on when it comes to this stuff. There was a lot of backlash yesterday. So much backlash that shockingly today, about 24 hours after this fiasco went viral, James Gunn happened to make an appearance on an Indian YouTube channel where he talked about how much he loves the Indian people and how important Indian filmmaking is and how he loves all the fans in India. Isn't that strange? Let's listen to the first little supercut of this here. Rachel Brosnahan, hello.
How much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone.
Bollywood films. I mean, I feel like we drew inspiration from the color and the movement.
You know, Bollywood films and Eastern cinema in general is the most important thing to me. So that's really where I take my inspiration for Superman. It's from Bollywood movies.
You can't make this shit up, bro. A day after he goes viral and gets called, again, it's not fucking racist, whatever. Those people, I think those people are melting the fuck down. But like a day after going viral for saying, why should I give two fucks about what a 12-year-old Indian kid says about Superman? Then all of a sudden he's glazing the country of India, glazing India. It's wild. Here's a little bit longer clip. The damage control is crazy. It kind of is.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I am incredibly grateful for the Indian fans. And I talk to you guys all the time online. And there's so many of you, obviously.
There's so many 12-year-old Indian kids that I'm fucking fighting with on Twitter. There's so many of you.
And so many fans of Superman who love Superman. And he means so much to them. And that isn't lost on me when I'm making this movie about how much he means to the people of India. Because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone. He cares. Yeah. Well,
so it like, to me, it would be one hell of a fucking coincidence that the day after this story goes absolutely viral, James Gunn is literally getting on his knees and slobbing the knob of the country of India on an Indian-based YouTube channel. Be a hell of a coincidence. Look, I think it's a dumb thing for him to say in the middle of his marketing tour, right? But the idea of people labeling him racist for this kind of offhand remark, which could mean like pretty much anything, just being, oh, who am I really talking to here? Who's on the other side of this? Whatever. I think it's bullshit. But at the same time, I can think the idea of him being racist for this comment is bullshit. And at the same time, think that it's a really fucking unforced error. Like, it's a stupid thing for him to say in the middle of all of this, a week before the release of your movie. But here it is. This is James Gunn's Superman, which is why he has to be front and center with everything, including the marketing, including the interviews. Every single thing James Gunn is front and center in. And he stepped in it.